Good morning. I'm going to do a little bit of spiritual math this morning for you. One of the things that Father talked to me about in the last many years had to do with geometry of the Spirit. And you've heard these descriptions from other people. I know Eloquent Eve talks about it on her page. And there's several gentlemen that have looked at seismatics and sound theory and looked at temples and how they used the sand on the Chladni plate to map out sound cymatics and make temples. Well, one of the things that Father showed me was that we all have a part in the math of the Spirit. And by that I mean we hold a key to the house of David in a spiritual way. And yes, there is somebody that is a key master. If you think about the Matrix, there was the key master, right? All of these archetypes are pieces and parts of how reality works. And I don't look at the world as this is a trap and we're all stuck here. No, I look at this as this is a mirror of the real. This is a mirror of the deeper truth. And the glory version is coexisting at the same time. It isn't that we have to escape something to get there. We are in a place where God is experiencing God through us. And we are sort of, I see us kind of like a walking data collector in this particular reality. And when we go home and we return to our source, we're bringing our zip file with us, right, to God in that analogy. So I know it's a lot more complicated than that, but I'm trying to keep it in simple terms. Well, when I woke up in August 2025 and I asked a lot of questions, of course, like, okay, what's my name now? And he wouldn't tell me, but then he would tell me, and I just felt like, okay, what's going on? Well, one of the things that he said that kept coming back was this phrase, and the phrase was, "She will not be contained." So I couldn't get contained into a box. I couldn't get contained into a definition. I could not get contained into one name. I couldn't get contained, and yet some part of me was trying to find a container to be in. And yet he kept saying, she won't be contained about me. He would say that. Or cannot be. She cannot be contained. Well, people talk about astrological signs, right? Well, my mathematical sign, for lack of a better words, is the mathematics of phi. Now, phi has to do with everything. But you could think of it as the Fibonacci circle. What's inside a seashell when it goes round and round and round? That's phi in a nutshell. Now imagine if you contained phi as a mathematical code, if you put it in a box and didn't let it do what it does. Reality would break. So it cannot be contained. And as a piece of the sacred geometry, the divine galactic code or reality code of the phi piece of mathematics from God, if he contained me, reality would break. Because he would be containing the mathematical equation of phi, which cannot by definition be contained. So what he's showing me is that each of us is a piece in this. If we are not doing our function, if we are not doing our sacred geometry, our piece of sacred geometry, if it is not activated and used and corrected and correctly functioning in the math of God, the math ain't mathin'. I made a song about that. If the math ain't mapping. Well, if the math isn't mathing, then there's no map. Like, we're all necessary for this reality to function. He made it so that we're necessary for the plan. We're necessary for the matrix to exist. And I don't mean matrix like trap. I mean matrix like the womb of God. Because we're all here doing what he assigned us to do, what we said yes to do. Learning, developing, growing, waking up when he wakes us up. Becoming more and more what we truly are. Because see, we're quantumly entangled to our self on the other side of the veil. This place is not our permanent home, and we know that. And so we go through all of these struggles in our life, wondering why, where's home? You're always looking for home with a capital H. Where's home? Where's home? And there are people that have connected that to something outside of this specific universe, or outside of this planet, or outside of this sphere of knowledge. And you can take it down to a microscopic sort of level, on an ant level, and say, I don't fit in this job, or I don't fit in this group of friends, or I don't fit. Why don't I fit? I don't fit. I feel like a jigsaw puzzle piece that will not go into the puzzle. Why? Well, what God is doing right now is he is revealing to everyone the timetable, the actual puzzle, the actual truth, the actual great game, the actual what is really going on, the real. And as he's unveiling eyes and showing us this, we begin to realize our part, our piece, our source code that we are carrying. I was talking to my husband about this morning, that he's a walking scroll, and so are you. You're a walking piece of coding that is a piece of the DNA, the whole DNA of God. You are necessary. You are wanted. You are needed. There's no value that can be placed upon you, because the piece that you carry is necessary for the whole entirety of the reality that is unveiling, the new. So even those we would say are evil or wicked or doing what we think they ought not to be doing, they are part of the necessary balancing of the equation. And all of that goes away. We feel like there's a wall where we're stuck. There is no wall. There is none. The veil is being removed completely. It's thinning every single day, more and more and more. And I am by design in the forefront of seeing that and bearing witness to that as a prophet and as a witness. So you're going to be seeing some of my content and thinking, oh my God, this is the weirdest person I have ever met. Well, I am by nature. I do not have the capacity by nature, by design, to be consistently the same every day. I am different every day. If you look at Phi and you look at the golden spiral staircase, it cannot stay the same. It must grow, it must expand, it must do what it does. And I have embraced that, and I enjoy it, and it's fun, and it's enjoyable to me, and it gives me great joy to be inconsistently consistent. So maybe think about how you are designed and why the things in your life are the way they are, because it's going to give you some clues as to your piece in the mathematics of God. So I hope that encourages you today. Bless you. Have an amazing, amazing day. Amen. Take care.